covering politics. President Trump had a ceremony to honor the Navajo Code Talkers. For those who don't know the Navajo Code Talkers, go watch the Nicolas Cage movie Wind Talkers, which is about the Navajo Code Talkers, a group of Navajo Indians, Native Americans who, during World War II, were used to decode German and Japanese messages because they were just amazingly good at it. And so they were honored at the White House yesterday in a ceremony. Now, this is directly out of Veep or Arrested Development, or, I mean, it really is amazing. First of all, you have to start, we should flash the image up so before we start so people can see what we're talking about. First of all, you can see behind President Trump is a portrait. You can't see the head in that portrait just because the shot isn't wide enough. The head in the portrait is that of Andrew Jackson. So they are doing an event honoring Native Americans who served the United States in front of a portrait of Andrew Jackson, the president responsible for the Trail of Tears. Like the guy responsible for helping to violate a bunch of treaties with the Native Americans and the forcible expulsion of those Native Americans from particular southern states into places like Oklahoma, including the deaths of presumably tens of thousands of Native Americans along the way, hence it being called the Trail of Tears. So just really well done by the optics folks at the White House. But it gets better. President Trump it's obvious he doesn't know anything about the Navajo Code Talkers, and he has not actually done any research on it. So he goes in his brain to, what's a joke I know about Native Americans? Oh yeah, Elizabeth Warren. And so this is a thing that actually happened in real life in the White House with the President of the United States. To really enjoy this clip fully, you have to keep your eyes not on President Trump, but on the Navajo gentleman, the U.S. Marine Corps honoree, whom he is talking to, because it is astonishingly great. What you really need is the slow pan and then the Larry David music coming in to make this complete. But watch this clip. It's just great.
It wasn't just what President Trump said about Elizabeth Warren, it's where he said it, at an event to honor elderly Native American code talkers who used their tribal languages during World War II to help confound U.S. enemies.
You were here long before any of us were here, although we have a representative in Congress who they say was here a long time ago. They call her Fochahantis.
And you can see the awkward smile from the Navajo Code Talker guy and the honoree. And if we played it for a few more seconds, he then realized how awkward it is, because apparently there were people in the room that had to turn their face to the wall because they were laughing because it's so ridiculous. And Trump then reaches out to the Navajo guy and he goes, I like you. I like you a lot. Like, really, that's how the clip continues. So that's pretty astonishing. It's pretty, that's pretty glorious Trump. I mean, there's good Trump and there's bad Trump and there's eloquent Trump and there's just glorious Trump. There's just the pure revelry of Trump. Now, a bunch of people got very upset about this. So two things can be true at once. One, Elizabeth Warren is the worst. And Elizabeth Warren lied about having Native American heritage in order to get a job at Harvard Law School. That can be true. Second thing that can also be true, it's pretty buffoonish to actually use the opportunity of honoring Native Americans to make a Native American joke about a sitting United States senator, as horrific as she may be. And she is. Elizabeth Warren's terrible. That's pretty clownish. Like, if they were having an event honoring a bunch of Jewish veterans of World War II who had served their country honorably, and then Trump dropped like a Jewish joke in the middle about like somebody who had pretended to be a Jew, it'd be real weird. Like, that's a hell of a non sequitur from the President of the United States. But what's amazing about this is that the media insists that Trump was being a racist. Now, Trump was not being a racist, okay? Just stop it. Just stop it. You're being stupid. It's not racist for Trump to call Elizabeth Warren Pocahontas, okay? He even gets the joke wrong. The joke is Fochahantis, because she's not really Pocahontas. She's pretend Pocahontas. Everyone has been making this joke for several years, really since 2014, I believe, 2014, 2012, maybe even. We've been making this joke about Elizabeth Warren because Elizabeth Warren pretended to be a Native American for her own personal gain. In fact, here was Elizabeth Warren. Do we have tape of Elizabeth Warren talking about her cheekbones? She was specifically asked about, how do you know that you're Native American? This is years ago. And she explained that she knew she was Native American because she had high cheekbones. This is clip number 5.
Warren says her great-great-great-grandmother is Cherokee, but genealogists have yet to confirm that. Warren referenced a photo of her grandfather on her mantle as part of the family lore.
My Aunt Bee has walked by that picture at least 1,000 times, remarked that her father, my papa, had high cheekbones like all of the Indians do, because that's how she saw it. And she said, and your mother got those same great cheekbones, and I didn't. She thought this was the bad deal she had gotten in life.
That was Elizabeth Warren's defense of her Native American ancestry, that there was a picture on her mantle with high cheekbones. That's not racist at all. Right? The media are still treating Elizabeth Warren like a legit 2020 contender after she said that she thought that she was Native American because Papa had high cheekbones in a photo, and her grandmother thought that that was not fair. Yeah. By the way, Cherokees questioned Elizabeth Warren's story. In fact, Cherokee sources talked about Pow Wow Chow. They said that when they tried to track down why Elizabeth Warren said she was Native American, Elizabeth Warren said she was Native American because she had a recipe that appeared in an Oklahoma publication. She's from Oklahoma, and the publication was called Pow Wow Chow, okay? Pow Wow Chow was supposed to be, exactly as it sounds, like a cookbook of Native American recipes. Her recipe was a recipe for crab bisque. No, I am not kidding. Because obviously this was something the Cherokees did way back when, is they would hunt the crab on the plains of Oklahoma. They would go out there with their bow and arrow and they would hunt the crab. This is how the crab became extinct in Oklahoma.